Hey guys, welcome back to the only gaming channel on YouTube, PGNet, Parker Gaming Network. Now let's talk some Nintendo. Okay, so I love Kirby, but the series has been in a way dormant since 2018 or so. There's only been a spin-off game with Kirby Fighters 2, but other than that, nothing. But that's only because there's something huge coming. It's been rumored for a long time and even hinted at by HAL Labs themselves that there's something really big coming with the next Kirby game. I was really hoping that with the recent Nintendo Direct they might announce something with the pink puffball again, but again, silence. It's both worrisome and exciting. Every day that passes, every minute without an announcement is more development onto what I think will change the series forever. They're going 3D, baby. Kirby in a full open world 3D game. Well, maybe not. It's looking like there are two possibilities. A fully 3D open world game a la Zelda Breath of the Wild, or a linear blast of precision platforming that we've been getting since the beginning. But the hints all lead us to believe that it will be the former. A fully 3D Kirby game. Sounds awesome, right? Well, as mentioned before, HAL Labs, the company that makes the Kirby games, stated that they have plans for Kirby in 2021, with merchandise and more. This could mean that Kirby's just getting a few toys, etc., but I think it's much bigger than that. For years now, HAL Labs has dipped their toes into 3D Kirby games. Kirby's Dream Course on the SNES was the first try taking an image and visually making it 3D. Even though, in reality, you're moving on a two-dimensional game. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's similar to Sonic 3D Blast, where it's a 2D image and gameplay that has visually bent board that uses a 2D plane and replicates 3D gameplay. Just look the game up if you don't get it. Continuing in order, there was a fully 3D isometric 4-player Kirby game planned for the GameCube, but it was scrapped. There was even a fully playable demo, but the game got really deep in development and scrapped for no real reason. That was most strange because the core mechanics seemed to be reworked into the Switch game Kirby Star Allies, but that game was 2.5D. There was also Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube that was a spin-off kart racer. After that was Kirby Planet Robobot on the Nintendo 3DS. The game itself wasn't 3D, although there was a separate mode called Kirby 3D Rumble, which was a fully 3D linear platforming game for a high score similar to 3D World. The game was expanded into a 3DS game called Kirby's Blowout Blast. This was in a way a 3D remake of the original Kirby's Dream Land. It's very fun, but still a high score centered game, not a level-based game. Then there was the spin-off party game that was fully 3D, Kirby Battle Royale. The spin-off was just like a bunch of 3D Mario Party minigames, but it didn't sell well. After this was the world map for Kirby Star Allies on the Switch. This was the coolest to me because of how extremely pretty and massive some of these worlds are. There are 4 maps, one for each world, and it just keeps getting amped up, starting with Dreamland, then expanding to Popstar, then the massive machine system building over Popstar, then the galaxy itself. These are huge, awesome starting points with beautiful environments, and many references to Kirby's past. I sometimes just went around the world map and looked around. It was cool and pretty. The weird thing is that people have raved that a 3D Kirby game would be awesome for over a decade, but it never happened. Time after time, a 3D tease, but no real game. But this time, something is different. Usually games come out every 2 years or so with spin-offs every year, but there's just a silence that I think is leading to something huge. So many rumors combined with HAL Labs saying themselves that they want the next Kirby game to be the biggest and kind of a reboot makes it seem like the next game will finally be what everyone wanted forever, a true 3D Kirby game. It's all coming together now. Everything is hinting towards a 3D game, and that's a huge step forward for the series, and it can lead to bigger games in the future. The refresh is really needed, but if they make a 3D Kirby game, there are a lot of hurdles they have to jump over. The controls for Blowout Blast on the 3DS were fine enough for the spin-off and shorter game than it was, but it's really not viable for a fully featured Kirby game. There's also the question on if the game will be an open-world 3D game or a linear 3D game such as Mario 3D World. I can't even conceive how awesome it would be to have a fully 3D open-world Kirby game like Breath of the Wild, but I don't think the series is ready for that yet. Yes, it would be really cool if they added Kirby to the best in the series thing that the Switch seems to have going with each mainline game that comes out. Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, even Pokemon with the new announcements of Legends Arceus. Especially with the new Switch models possibly being announced soon, everything is in this new game's favor. Every series is getting their refresh with a beautiful open world styled game. Kirby should be next, but with not a single 3D game under its belt, I think they will go for just as viable but a much easier to make game, linear. We've seen how fun and amazing this style of game has been with Mario, so why not Kirby? Especially if we get the level designers from Mario 3D World, a new linear 3D Kirby game could be one of the Switch's best sellers ever, while also pushing the series really far into the future. Kirby deserves it. Not to use the same expression again, but I just hope we get the Odyssey of Refresh and not the Sword and Shield. A new full-featured, fresh game in a linear 3D world with tons of secret collectibles and loads of fun. This is Kirby's future, and this is our future. The series is growing. Let's hope it grows into the amazing series that it used to be on the 3DS. I really loved Kirby, and I truly believe the series has an amazing, bright future with Nintendo and HAL Labs. I really could not be more excited to see what happens next. There are so many hints and rumors that it just seems really exciting. A new Kirby game could brighten the series forever. Fully 3D, open world where you run around and, I don't know, collect star pieces or dream shards like in the older games, but the series was amazing on the 3DS. You have games like Kirby Planet Robobot and Kirby Triple Deluxe on the 3DS, as well as a ton of spin-offs and a bunch of other fun Kirby games. But on the Switch, all you have is Star Allies and a few spin-offs that were kind of lackluster. Even Star Allies on the Switch was kind of lackluster. It ran at 30 FPS and it seemed more like a Wii U game that was ported to the Switch in late development. I just really hope the next game is really cared for and they try really hard. I don't think they'll put out a lackluster Kirby game again, but I had fun with it either way, so I just hope the next game comes out soon. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Kirby's future is bright, so don't miss any news I will cover on it. My name is Parker Ryan, and this has been PGNet, Parker Gaming Network. See you guys next time, and don't forget, keep it frosty. For years now, HAL Lab, blah, 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 especially with the new Switch model, especially being announced soon. There was even a full playable demo, but the game got too deep and you just look at the game up. The weird thing is how people raved about 3D. Yes, it would be really cool if they added it. They got a full playable. There's also the question on if the game will be an open world 3D game, a la